Yo, Matt Caratelli here from Bayside Blades. Today we're going to be doing a trick tip, a front side backslide grabbed on a P-rail during lockdown. Enjoy. So the actual difficulty in a front side backslide I found isn't actually getting onto the grind. It's not too technical in where to put your foot. The actual difficulty is in 3 different stages. So number 1, grabbing it. Number 2, being able to actually hold it for some distance. And number 3, to make it legit, making sure you land on the same side you jumped on. So if you're doing a left-footed backslide, jumping on from here, you want to make sure that when you land on the same side, yeah? You don't want to jump on and fold over the other side. A lot of people try and accommodate that and they just go faster and they don't seem to grab it, hold it, or land on the same side, and it's just a long tap. So I'm going to kind of go through how I go about doing this trick, and maybe these tips will help you to do it as well as possible. Enjoy. So ideally, you're going to find that you backslide with the same foot as you shifty or royale with. If not, I suggest learning switch, royale or shifty. That's going to help get that base foot really secure. But you just want to kind of ignore the balance part for the start and just learn how to jump on. So we're just going to hit the end of the rail here and just hit that a few times with a shifty. So you want to get your shifties down like that, and then ideally you want to do it and lift this foot up at the end. In lifting that foot up at the end, you get a sense of what it's like to put your full weight on that backside foot only. If that's difficult for you, even landing on the same side, you can be doing your shifties and land on the other side. So at least that way, you have some perspective of what it's like to land on one side compared to the other and where to put your foot. And it kind of ends up being safe that way as well. Yeah, if you learn to come up fakie every time, as a start you just learn to drift off to the other side, ends up being quite safe. So even when you do get to the balancing part or the grabbing part, although you're not balancing it the whole way, you can feel if you're in that sweet spot, and you know if you've drifted a centimetre or you actually held it a centimetre. You want to learn to try and jump onto a freestyle backslide as safe as possible for yourself. So I suggest just still doing this at the end of the rail. Don't grab it, don't try and hold it too much, just learn to just jump on it. Yeah, it's okay if it's dark side at this point here. Then as your confidence grows, you want to learn to hold this a little bit more. Still dark side, but you're essentially putting more weight down on that foot. You're learning where that balance spot is, where that sweet spot is, where your foot should really be. And then you'll learn to kind of come a little bit more parallel with your landing rather than overside. And then when your confidence gets up, your confidence, you'll drift off more to this side. So let's try that. There we go. So if you're following those steps, slowly getting your confidence up, you should get to the point where you're backsliding, you're jumping onto it, not stepping on, holding it for some part of the rail, yeah, not a huge distance, but you can feel your balancing, and then landing parallel or at least on the same side as the rail as you jumped on. All right, we're going to move on to learning how to do it with a grab. So essentially, if it's easier for you, take it through the same process of doing shifty, royale, and at the end just grabbing it. Yeah, at the end just grabbing it. Doing that same steps where you're stepping over, you're getting more midline, you're jumping on it, grabbing a little bit earlier. You've got to get to learn where that sweet spot is. Even stalling on the ground is helpful. You may want to go a little bit faster as well with this, because it seems to help with your confidence at the end. You're not just going straight down and getting some momentum with it as well. Now this is seemingly harder because you're changing your weight the whole time. You're going from down, yeah, to up. It's actually very different to jumping straight on it and your weight's already there. So next step, just jump on it with some speed at the end, land wherever you land. Perfect. It's parallel, we get more the same side we jumped on. There we go. Cool, switch up with another angle so you can see. All right, same process, some speed, grab backside, jumping on, coming over the end of the edge, then more parallel, then landing on the same side as you can. Try that. There we go. All right, now we're going to bring it all together. We're going to start from the very end, doing exactly as we did to start with. No grab,
Parallel.
freestyle, shifty,
All the way
over, grab, slowly bring it to what it was, and see if we can hold this whole thing. Now this is the thing, when it's a longer rail, you're trying to actually commit to something that's not just going over, you're essentially committing to doing the whole thing, which is scary with your balance point. So you do want to have enough speed, but you got to trust yourself as well. There we go. It's parallel with that one. And I could keep going to that side. I think I'm okay to grab it now. I'm just going to do a grab over, midway, then all the way. There we go, all the way. You're better off just going for it at this point if you're going to commit. So I'll see if I land more parallel on the right hand side for myself here. Here we go. There we go. More parallel. Perfect. There we go. That's it. One more from the other angle. I'm tired after that. So hopefully that helps. Pretty much with any trick you do, you can always break it down into steps. If you follow those ones for that, hopefully it'll get you doing some legit backside, frontside backsides, and then maybe onto some ledges again after that. Enjoy.